Hello, good evening, everyone. Good to see you. I am Gerald Henderson, the president of the Musical Club of Tillamook, and I'd like to thank our greeter, Linda Beyer, for handing out our programs today, welcoming all of us. A little bit about Monday Musical Club of Tillamook. We were founded in October 1920, and so we've been around 114 years. Is that right? 100, yeah, 100. It'll be 105 in October. Thank you for knowing your math. We are a unique part of the Oregon Federation and National Federation of Music Clubs. There's over 5,000 clubs in America, and not many have community members as members of the club, but we do allow that. So Vicki Reif is our membership person, and she would be happy to sign you up to be a member of Monday Musical Club, which would help us foster music in our community. So we are going to start with our audience sing-along today, and is that going to just be part of the program too? So our program, or our concert director tonight is Kathy Gervasi. So Kathy?
Thank you. It's so good to see so many here tonight. And I welcome you to an evening called The Man of Music. Not the music man, the man of music. The musicians tonight will be presenting songs written by Meredith Wilson, an American composer. When I was visiting my family last summer back in Iowa, I watched an Iowa PBS program about the life of Meredith Wilson. I was native composer, conductor, band leader, arranger, playwright, and instrumentalist. And most of us only know him as the composer of the Broadway show, The Music Man. If you were in The Music Man in high school or college or even elementary school, would you raise your hand? How many people have been in The Music Man? Yeah, I wasn't in it, but I did the choreography for the show. But there's more to this career that I was not aware of. And by the end of that hour, this hour, you're going to know more also. So our first song we're going to do as a sing-along, it's a lullaby called I See the Moon. It's on the back of your program. It was written in 1953. The year I was born, today. It was titled, Over the Mountain, and Nancy Sinatra actually released a single 45 record of this song in 1963. And on the B side, that song was on the A side. On the B side, she sang, Put Your Head on My Shoulder. So, for those of you that don't know what a 45 is, there are two sides. The A is the popular song. The B side is like, but sometimes the B song becomes the popular song. It was interesting. And I used to buy my 45s for 50 cents each at the local appliance store back in Iowa. So let's all sing this song, I See the Moon. Thank you, Linda, for accompanying. It's a very simple song. If you don't know it by the third verse, you will. We'll sing 3 verses. Okay, Linda. I see the moon and the moon sees me down through the leaves of the old oak tree. Please let the light now shines on me. What are we going to learn about Meredith Wilson? Tonight, well, look who just walked in. Meredith Wilson. Oh my gosh. And he brought his flute with him. He's here for an interview. Thank you, Mr. Wilson, for joining us.
You're welcome, Kathy. And thank you, Monday Musical, for inviting me here tonight. Yes, I played flute and piccolo all my life, and even had the thrilling opportunity to play in John Philip Sousa's band in 1921. I was only 19 years old at the time. After playing in that band for 3 years, I moved on to play flute in the New York Philharmonic Orchestra.
Oh, what an experience. Let's back up a little. So where were you born?
I was born in 1902 in Mason City, Iowa, which is the setting for the River City, Iowa, in my musical called The Musical. Maybe you've heard of it.
Certainly. A long-running Broadway show revived several times, put on by hundreds of high schools, colleges, and community theaters, and was made into a popular movie. You have a thing about marching bands. How did that start?
As a boy, I played drum in the Salvation Army, and then later as an adult, I wrote the Salvation Army's theme song.
Well, I grew up in a farm just down the road from the University of Iowa in Iowa City. And my father sang one of your songs every time he headed to a Saturday football game. So I remember it very well.
Yes, it's the Iowa fight song, and it's still played to this very day. I wrote it in 1950, and it was first played on the radio that year.
Before I was born. Okay. Well, I'm going to try and sing it for you. Okay. I was going to wear my Iowa shirt. Okay. Seriously, my dad was singing this all the time. The word is fight, fight, fight for Iowa. Let every loyal Iowan sing. Another one too. The word is fight, fight, fight for Iowa until the walls and rafters ring. Come on and cheer, cheer, cheer for Iowa until you hear the final gun. The word is fight, fight, fight for Iowa till the game is won.
I even got to direct the Iowa marching band, playing it at a game. So exciting!
I know what you mean. I directed my college marching band, playing the Star Spangled Banner, and luckily I didn't fall off that tall ladder. So how did you end up in New York City?
I was only 17 when I attended Frank Damersh's Institute of Musical Art in the city.
I never heard of that.
Well, now it's called Juilliard.
Oh, Juilliard. You were only 17.
I married my high school sweetheart when I was 18, and then the Depression hit in 1929. We moved to California, where I was a concert director for a radio station. Then I became the musical director for NBC Radio in Hollywood.
Well, what got you started in composing?
I started writing film scores, such as Charlie Chaplin's The Great Dictator in 1940, and then Little Foxes movie in 1940.
And then World War II started. How did you contribute to the war effort?
Well, I worked for the United States Armed Forces Radio Service, where I teamed up with Gracie Allen and George. I had a good time directing their band and playing a regular character on the show.
But you ended up with your own show, didn't you?
Yes, on NBC in 1942 and later on CBS in 1946. Called The Spark.
I'm sure my parents listened to that show. So tell me about the Talking People chorale group that you started.
Well, these performers spoke in rhythm of the radio commercials. I love how words can be spoken to tell a story.
You mean like the train scene in Music Man? The words, tempo, rhythm imitate the train sounds and speed?
Yes.
Well, we have a group here to perform for you tonight. Karen Beckman and her Talking People are going to do the train scene from the Music Man.
Well, it's the Model T Ford. Made the trouble, made the people want to go, want to get up and go. To 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 22, 23 miles to the county seat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's who wants to patronize an itty bitty 2x4 kind of store anymore?
What are you talking? What are you talking? What are you getting?
Not the Model T at all. Take a gander at the store, at the modern store, at the present day store, at the present day modern departmentalized grocery store.
What are you talking? 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 Where do you get it? What are you talking? What are you talking? What are you talking? Where do you get it? You can talk, you can bicker, you can talk, you can bicker, you can talk, bicker, bicker, bicker. You can talk all you want, but it's different than it was.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. But you gotta know the territory.
Cheap. You need a biscuit, made the trouble. You need it. In the sanitary, put the crackers in the package. You need a biscuit, put the cracker in an airtight sanitary package. Made the Cracker Barrel obsolete.
Cracker Barrel went out the window with the mailbox, cup plug, torn by the stove. Changed the approach of a traveling salesman, made it pretty hard.
No, it didn't. But you gotta know the territory.
Gone with the hogshead cast and demi jump. Gone with the sugar barrel, pickle barrel, milk can. Gone with the tub and the pail and the tears.
Ever heard a fella named by the name of Hill? No!
Just a minute.
Never heard of any salesman Hill.
Now he doesn't know the territory.
Doesn't know the territory?
What's the fella's line? Never worries about his line.
Never worries about his line.
Or the Cracker Barrel being obsolete, or the you need a biscuit in the airtight sanitary package, or the Model T Ford.
Just a minute.
Never worries about his line. Or a doggone thing. He's just a banging, bell ringing, big hall, great go, never nothing, rip roar, and every time a bullseye salesman. That's Professor Harold Hill. Tell us what's his line.
He's a fake and he doesn't know the territory.
What do you talk?
He's a music man. He's a what? He's a music man, and he sells clarinets to the kids in the town with the big trombones and the rat-a-tat drums. Big brass bass, and the piccolo, uniforms too, with a shiny gold braid on the coat and a big red stripe running.
Well, I don't know much about bands, but I do know you can't make a living selling big trombones. No, sir. Mandolin picks perhaps in here and there. Choose hard.
No, the fella sells bands, boys bands. I don't know how he does it, but he lives like a king, and he dallies and he gathers and he plucks and he shines, and when the man dances, certainly boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. When the man dances, certainly boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir.
But he doesn't know the territory.
River City, across the state line into Iowa. River City, population 2,212. Cigarettes are illegal in this state. More?
All right. If you all really want to know, I'll tell you about Professor Harold Hill.
You really know Harold Hill?
Never saw him in my life, but I will tell you this. He is giving every single one of us a black eye. Once he's worked a town over, the next salesman to arrive gets tarred and feathered and run out to the city limits on a rail. Oh yeah, you laugh now. Just wait till it happens to you. Your hair never grows back.
But why should he get rode out of town on a rail?
Well, because he has to guarantee that to sell like bands, instruments, and uniforms, and books of instruction.
Well,
And then he has to guarantee that the kids play by forming them into a band with himself as the leader.
what's wrong with that?
Well, I'll tell you what's wrong with that. You don't know one note from the next. He can't even tell a bass drum from a pipe organ. That's what's wrong with that. And someday, when I catch up with that swindling, two-bit thimble ringing, I will squeal so loud.
Wow, Charlie, you're sure man. Sure like to be around when you catch up with that fella.
So you'll notice the alliteration too. The words that you use were amazing, just amazing. Okay, so now there's another song that you wrote, and you made it sound like the cackling of hens, or women gossiping about Marion the librarian from the music. And would you play some of that on your flute? And I'll... Okay. So my ladies are ready, and then my quartet. Well, quartet. Don't you? Yeah. There we go. It doesn't take care. Thank you all for participating. So I know you wrote scores for Centennial Productions, and one was called The California Story in 1950, and The Oregon Story was written in 1959 for our 100-year celebration of statehood. And then you wrote one for Kansas called Kansas Story, which was written in 1901. But probably your most famous work was The Music Man, which premiered on Broadway in 1957 and later became a film in 1962 and 2003.
It was my attempt to pay tribute to my home state. Took me 8 years and 30 revisions until I got it right. I'm so proud of the many revivals. The last one was in 2022.
So tonight you've heard some songs. You're going to hear some more from the music band, and we'll now have the song called Till There Was You, sung by Heather Phillips.
I wrote that song along with my second wife, Rolina Zarboa, who was an opera star. Even the Beatles sang it on their first appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show all the way back in 1964.
So Heather. Also, Good Night, My Son.
I've had the cough, so I need my tea.
It's okay.
Thank you.
It's a family.
Yes. Teaching 3-year-olds, you catch every little thing. So, I played Amaryllis in the music band when I was a 5th grader, and Donna was Miss Marion. So it's kind of fun that I get to sing Miss Marion tonight.
Till there was you.
playing such tribute to my music.
Hmm?
We're playing such tribute to my music.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Okay. You also have a way of putting two songs together. For example, Light a Rose by a barbershop quartet matched with a solo by Mary the Librarian. And this song, not to be morbid, was sung at your funeral in Mason City in 1984. So let's remember those two songs now. Now, let's get back to, did you ever go back to your hometown?
Well, I made several trips back to judge marching bands for the North Iowa Band Festivals. When the music band debuted in 1962 at the small movie theater in Mason City, I was there, of course, along with Robert Preston and Shirley Jones. I had the honor of leading the band down Main Street, just like Harold Hill did in the movie. My family and many old friends were there.
Well, another fun song from Music Man was called Gary, Indiana, which supposedly was where Harold Hill had attended the music conservatory, but I don't think he did. So now we're going to have Ukiah. Where'd he go? There he is. And I hope he has his little buddy with him. Sing Gary, Indiana. I know it's March and spring is here, but I was surprised to read that you wrote a famous Christmas song. And when I looked at my sheet music, of course your name was there. I played that song my whole life, not knowing that you wrote it.
One of my favorites. It was 1951, and I called it It's Beginning to Look Like Christmas. Of course, Perry Como recorded it, but added 2 words so it became It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas.
And tonight we have Dick Carlson, and he's going to play the accordion. And he's going to play through the song once, and then if you want to join anytime you can. But the words are on the back, and we'll sing it as an audience. Thank you, Dick. Hershey bars, right? Now, there was this other odd work that you wrote in 1962, and I have never heard of this before. It was called Chicken Fat. Does anybody know what this is? Not the fat from when you fried chicken. It was, well, you tell it.
Some of our audience members might remember this in their PE classes in school. I wrote the theme song for President Kennedy's Youth Fitness Program. My song moved children through basic exercises at a fast pace, push-ups, sit-ups, marching in place, etc.
Does anybody remember that?
Yeah.
Do
Go,
you?
you chicken fat, go! Yeah.
See, I was pretty on today. I'm glad I missed that one. You're so versatile. You wrote many symphonies, choral works, and chamber music. In 1964, you added another musical to your repertoire.
Yes, it was based on the true story of Molly Brown, who was unsinkable, the Colorado woman who survived the Titanic and was honored for her heroism and positive motivation for the other passengers.
I remember vividly seeing that movie, The Unsinkable Molly Brown, in our downtown theater. And it starred Debbie Reynolds. So let's listen to this song from that show that Kelly's going to do for us. So, last month I was talking to Jim Huffman about this show. He said, oh, I saw Meredith Wilson. And I said, where did you see him? And he said, well, he came to McMinnville in 1967 or 68, I think, and directed the McMinnville High School band and did a master class. And I taught and worked in McMinnville. Didn't get there until 1979, but I said, oh, I never knew that. And he said he was just in awe of watching this man directing this high school band. And it shows that Meredith Wilson, he would go to the small towns and he was a people person. Even though ended up in California, and was on the radio, was kind of ran with a Hollywood crowd, but he still had that hometown Iowa thing going for him. So our last song tonight is a tribute to your mom.
Before I would go to sleep, or if I was leaving home, she would say, "May the good Lord bless and keep you." So I put the words to music in 1950 for Tallulah Bankhead's NBC radio program. She was supposed to sing it at the end of each show, but she really couldn't sing with that husky voice of hers. So she would recite the words as the music played.
But then I do remember watching Kate Smith's TV show in the 1950s. Remember that? And she sang it at the end of her show beautifully. It's based on the Bible verses Numbers 6:24 to 26.
I had a good life living 82 years. My last days were in Santa Monica, California with my third wife, Rosemary. We loved entertaining our friends and neighbors with parties at our home. There were lots of singing and, of course, me and the family.
After you died, you received the Presidential Medal of Freedom from President Reagan, and a postage stamp of your portrait was issued in 1999. So thank you, Mr. Wilson, for sharing your life story with us. And this ends our evening with the performers. I'd like as many people who know this song to come up in front. May the good Lord bless and keep you. And I thank you, all the performers who worked hard on these little side rehearsals that we put together and to make this show great. Okay, you do. May the good Lord bless and keep you. The words on the back of your book.
Debbie Ely that are doing refreshments for us in the back. So as soon as we're dismissed from here, you can go back there and have some refreshments. Thank you, Donna, for recording. And Linda Watson for doing our publicity. Vicki Wright, I told you she's got membership forms. There will be a donation box on the refreshment table, and those donations would go toward the Junior Senior Award competition that we'll be having in May. Our next concert is Marianne Gator's concert, Spotlight on Young Musicians. We're going to feature students from grades 4 through 10, right here at 7 o'clock. And then I usually ask our teachers in the community if they have any announcements, and Kathleen Servan, the Nestucca High School Band and Choir Director, said Nestucca is presenting Mamma Mia this year, April 30th at 11 and May 2nd and 3rd at 7 p.m. Tickets are available after March 19th online. Great news for one of our band members, Ari Alexander, a junior trumpet player, took first at the district solo ensemble event and is heading to state. She will be the first band person from Nestucca to go to state solo contest since 2003. Thank you again, Kathy, for a wonderful program. Matt, you made a wonderful Meredith Wilson for us today. Thanks all for coming. Good night.
Good job, Heather.